This is Zach Blackburn, and you're watching Sit Cooper.
We're at the Goodwill. And we're gonna go find some video games. Look at that. $50. That's crazy. Some Wii games. Mario Duck Hunt. Baseball Simulator 1000. Some Genesis games. Some PS1 games. PS2. Not really seeing anything good. We're going to take a look at the controllers. This cord's really weird. It has the AV cables, but also a cable to plug into the computer. Found a see-through purple controller, $5. A yellow one, $5. And a system with a controller and the cords for $25. That is just too much. Couple PS2s and Xboxes. There's a few NES controllers. Alright, now we're at the Salvation Army. Let's see if we can find anything here. They usually have their games on one of these racks here. I'm not seeing any. There's a PS2. and take a look at those NES games. So this is what I got from Salvation Army. $2. Not much there. Alright everybody, what's up? My friend Zach and I are at the Goodwill outlet. There he is. There is Zach Blackburn at the Goodwill outlet. And we've got a big cart full of stuff here, so in a little bit I will show you what we got, what we find.
You gonna show?
I will show you what we find.
Right now?
In a little bit.
Okay.
And I will try and film some stuff. Alright, so we've been here for maybe like an hour or two so far, and got a decent amount of stuff, so we're gonna go ahead, sit down here on this beautiful black love seat, and go ahead, show you what I found.
Dude, would this be a computer desk? Like, have your computer down and then...
Yes. Alright. First off, I found some of these envelopes to ship like Game Boy games in.
Heck yeah!
Another envelope and some bubble wrap stuff. I have about 15 of these unopened packs of football cards from 1991. I might get them, I'm not sure yet. Just to try and resell. I got a Guitar Hero or Rock Band pedal for the 360 or the PS3. If you ever see these at Goodwill, pick them up because they sell on eBay for about $15. Everyone I've had has sold. I found a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles pillowcase. It's got some cool things on there. I found a Sony brand PS1 controller. Looks like a PS2, but it's PS1. I found the AV cables for a PlayStation. And I found a PS2 Slim. No power cord, but hopefully it works. I found a little box for shipping, and there's a Lego in there. I found Mario Teaches Typing for the Mac. It's all in there. I found Bionic Commando for the Game Boy in a little case. I found the Halo Legends DVD. And another one of these Nintendo 64 Hot News VHS. I've got a bunch of manuals and inserts for PS1 and Xbox. And then the last thing I found is a complete copy of Darkstone for the PS1. There's a bunch of PS1 games, but I just want the inserts and stuff because they're cheaper games. So I guess I'll film if I find anything else. What is this place? What does that say? Let's go.
Dun 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 dun.
Okay, so we just left Value Village. I didn't get that Game Gear because Zach talked me out of it. Even though I think I could have done pretty good on it.
How much?
If I bundle the games I have and put it on eBay, I think I could have got like at least 20 bucks. Anyway.
It's a horror deal.
Anyway.
The Hardy Brothers.
We are going to one last Goodwill. And it's a regular Goodwill. And it's a pretty popular one, so probably not going to find anything.
Probably not gonna find crap.
Oh man. What? Look at that headset. Some cool 360 games.
Yeah, there's no...
This will be known as the Fourth Plane Goodwill. I go here many times a day to buy games.
You want it?
I don't really see anything today. They usually have a bunch of controllers. I only saw like PS1 controllers today. Ugh. I'll show you if I find anything. Hey everybody, I'm back at home now, and I'm not quite sure what all I might have showed or not, so I'm going to go ahead and show you a couple things that I got. Aside from going to all the Goodwills and stuff today, I also bought a bundle of Nintendo 64 games from a lady, and I traded a DS game for some older Game Boy games. So I will start off, with the stuff that I got at Goodwill that I might not have shown. I got a complete copy of Darkstone for the PS1. That was $1. I got a DVD, Halo Legends. It's in okay condition. I might need to get it resurfaced, but that was $1 as well. And then I found a complete copy of Mario Teaches Typing for the Mac. It has all 3 floppy disks in there and the manual. And then this is a slipcover. Let me see if I can get it out a little bit. There's the actual box in there. So that's pretty cool. And then I traded Pokemon Platinum for the DS. And for that, I got Pokemon Silver, and this saves. Pokemon Blue, and that saves. Pokemon Fire Red. Pokemon Sapphire. And then another copy of Silver that doesn't save. He kind of threw that one in for free. And then, on top of that, I bought 11 Nintendo 64 games for $30. So I'll show you what I got. I'll kind of show you the lame ones first. NFL Blitz, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1, In the Zone 98, Magical Tetris Challenge. This is the Disney one. And then I got Banjo and Kazooie, Banjo-Tooie, Ocarina of Time, Donkey Kong 64, and I believe there were a couple more, which I'm kind of surprised to not see now, because I know there were 11. Well, I guess if I find them, I'll show you guys. Okay, so I found the other 3. They were just on the floor. NFL Quarterback Club 2000, Cruisin' USA, and Twisted Edge Extreme Snowboarding. So, besides that, I found a few Legos. You can see them in there. I recently had a bunch of them, but sold. I think I had 9 or 10 pounds worth, sold them for $100, so I'm starting the collection over. So, I hope you guys have enjoyed what you've seen so far. This will not be the end of the video, hopefully, because I plan on getting some more stuff soon, so see you in a bit. Alright everybody, we are at the Goodwill outlet. My friend Lucas and I.
I hate you guys. I hate you YouTubes.
And here's a quick look at my cart. Lots of cool stuff. So, once we leave, I'm going to show you guys what I found. Hey, what's up everybody? So I just got back from the Goodwill outlet, and I'm going to go ahead and show you what I got. It's all here in this Super Mario backpack that I found. So it's got the little Mario head embroidered on the front there. It's a pretty simple backpack though, there's very few pockets, but it's kind of cool. So let's open it up. Besides this stuff, the only thing I got was a cardboard box to do some shipping in. Alright, so the first thing is Child's Play 2 on VHS. Complete copy of Rayman Brain Games for the PS1. Those are $1 each. There's some bubble wrap for shipping. Some original Xbox AV cables. Here's an empty case for Indiana Jones for the Wii. I got a complete copy of Call of Duty Finest Hour for the GameCube. That was $1 as well. There's a disc for it. I got a complete copy of Tomb Raider for the Dreamcast. All these disc games were $1. Got a complete copy of Crash Team Racing. That's a good find. Complete copy of Skydiving Extreme. Complete copy of Board Game Top Shop. Never heard of this, but it has like some anime art. It looks cool. And then Wheel of Fortune 2nd edition. Those are all complete, and they were all $1 each. Let's see. Got a manual for Gex 3 for the PS1. Manual for Call of Duty Finest Hour for the Xbox. Manuals in case for Driver 2, no game. There's the insert for Call of Duty. Found some Wii stickers. PS1 case for Frogger. Legend of Zelda Link to the Past manual. 4 swords. GameCube manual for Star Wars Jedi Outcast. I got a bunch of random inserts for different games. I found another pegboard for perler beads. This is a pretty nice clean one, so now I've got 3 of those. Found a Homer Simpson bobblehead. This is in pretty good shape, and the only reason I got it is because I think I might be able to trade it to someone on YouTube for some video game stuff, or possibly sell it on eBay. I know there's a lot of Simpson fans. I found Star Wars Shadow of the Empire. All the stuff that is not a game or a movie was by weight. So everything that I got today was like $17 total. Save that one for last. Probably my best find. Let's see. Found a Nintendo brand Super Nintendo controller. And I also found an ACWare pad, or an ACI pad, ACII pad, whatever you want to call it. And then I found both the cords for the Super Nintendo. And then some more bubble wrap. Some more bubble wrap. I found Pac-Man for the Game Boy. I found a tiny Master Chief toy. Found some Legos. One minifig there, which is what the little people are called. More Legos. Found one of these little adapters for the Nintendo. I found 2 of these little leapfrog type games. I'm just kind of collecting these till I get a bunch. I'm going to put them in a lot on eBay and see how they do. Then I found the plug-in for a Turtle Beach headset for the 360. No headset, just this little piece, but I figured I could probably throw it on eBay. Someone might need one somewhere. And then my best find was Super Mario All-Stars for the Super Nintendo. It's in pretty nice shape. Could use a little cleaning, but, you know, contacts are, like, perfect. There was also a Super Nintendo there, which is where I found this and the cords and the controllers, but the Super Nintendo was missing the little plastic piece that goes in the back where you plug in the power cord. So I didn't get that, plus it was, like, horribly yellowed. So, I'll just do an overview of everything. And yeah, like I said, all this stuff was like $17.50 after tax, I think, plus that little box that I'm gonna do some shipping in. And then I also found like 8 cents and pennies in the bin, so pretty good deal. And I plan on going to some more Goodwills before I upload this pickup video. I know there's already a lot of footage, but I want to make this one pretty epic, as some people might say. So I hope you guys are enjoying it so far. Once again, we are at the outlet. Just found this Nintendo. I don't know yet. Let's see if I can find anything else for it. That's a good time to start recording. Well, so I just found this NES and got more stuff in the cart. Here's some bubble wrap. So we're gonna look around and I'll show you in a bit what we find. I'm here with my friend Zach. So, show you in a bit. Okay, so here's the cart. Found a bunch of stuff. So first off, I found that NES. One controller. Let's see what else. NES Advantage. Found these little covers. Got a big bag of stuff here that I'll show you guys in a second. Found a Game Boy printer. Royal Rumble for Sega Genesis. An Atari controller. A PS1 mini power cord. Another NES controller. GameCube microphone. A little box for shipping. Bunch of envelopes for shipping. A GameCube power cord. And a third NES controller. Mario Bros. And Duck Hunt with a sleeve. And for some reason, a Zelda for a manual for Zelda. Another little leapfrog type game and a little converter. Empty DS case. A bunch of bubble wrap. And then in here I found Street Fighter 2 for the Super Nintendo. Another empty DS case. A little Butterfree. A Meowth, a factory sealed cable from GameCube to Game Boy Advance, a little Poliwhirl, an Edward Scissorhands toy, and this weird zombie guy. Another empty case for the DS, a jumper pack for the 64, and then let's see, Tetris Jr. I found some toys, Blastoise Sonic, Master Chief, a few Pokemon cards, a bunch of Legos. If you can see in there, it's a pretty nice bag of Legos, a little Sonic toy from Burger King. Somewhere in here there's a DS game, which is Transformers, and then a Game Boy Advance game, which is Donkey Kong Country. They brought out 2 rotations of toy bins with a bunch of Legos, so we were frantically trying to get them all, so it's buried in there somewhere, but that's what I found. I believe Zach would like to show you what he found. Here.
Hey everybody. So I found just a bunch of Legos. Nothing really that great. This Super Controller, not really that awesome, but whatever. My favorite find today is this little mouse Lego. He's a real Lego. He's super cute. He's really attractive. He's really crisp, and I don't know. He's just so cute. And this Monster Rancher guy. Cooper actually found all these Monster Rancher toys because he always finds the best stuff. And so, yeah, not really that fun. Anyways, if anybody's interested, this mouse toy is up for trade. So just get in contact with Cooper and he'll tell me if anybody's interested in this Lego mouse, totally complete. Alright.
Alright, so looking for some more Legos. There's a bunch of this kind of stuff. which are like off-brands, like Mega Blocks and BTRs and whatever variations there are. But I just want pure Legos because nobody wants to buy Mega Blocks. But Legos sell extremely well. They're very easy to sell. Zach and I both have a bunch of Legos so far, and we're still looking, so hopefully we can find some more. You guys ready? Let's go. Pretty good, how are you?
I've been working by myself since I started to work after a week of being there.
You ready for this?
They were like really
It's gonna be awesome.
You feel good?
Yeah. We're just waiting in line right now at GameStop. Ready?
What can we do for you?
My
You guys take these?
that was $1,400.
No,
Why not?
because the oldest thing we take is a GameCube.
That's all over.
This Nintendo. I don't even take Game Boy Advance anymore.
Well, other than that, do you have any empty cases? Hey everybody, what's up? Finally got home. It's been a pretty busy week or week and a half, however long it's been, since the last pickup video. So, in addition to all the stuff you've just seen, I did get more stuff, but I'd like to start off with showing you the rest of the stuff that I got from Goodwill from the most recent footage you saw. I'm not quite sure what I showed you in the store because I did get more after that, so I'm just going to go ahead and show you a good majority of the stuff that I know I don't think I showed you. So, first off, here's the Legos I found. This bag weighs 3 pounds, and I found like 3 complete minifigs, which are the little people, and basically 3 pounds with a few minifigs can sell for between 30 and maybe 60, depending on which little people they are. So that's pretty cool. And by the way, all the stuff that I got from Goodwill was $19.04. So the Legos right there are gonna basically double my money and give me all the stuff for free. Aside from that, I found 5 empty DS cases. Just a bunch here. Some of them have manuals, some of them have little precaution booklets, but all the inserts are there, and you know, you can never have too many DS cases. So I got those. I got 3 games. I got WF Royal Rumble for the Genesis. I got Street Fighter 2 for the Super Nintendo. And then I got that copy of Mario Bros. And Duck Hunt with the sleeve. And I also found a Legend of Zelda manual. And then something else that's pretty cool that I found is a factory sealed GameCube link. It's made by Intech, and it connects the Game Boy Advance or an SP to the GameCube. So that's kind of cool. And then I found another one of these little leapfrog type games. I've said it before, but I'm trying to get a few of these and put up a little bundle on eBay and see how they do. I think I've got like 4 or 5 so far. I found a Nintendo 64 jumper pack. I found this little Tetris Junior. It's a little keychain Tetris game. The batteries are dead on it, but I think that's still pretty cool. I haven't looked that up yet. It might be worth a little bit on eBay, but I'm not sure. And then I found Donkey Kong Country 3 for the Game Boy Advance. And Transformers Animated, the movie for the Nintendo DS. No case for this one, I just found it in a bin, which is pretty lucky. Same with the Donkey Kong Country 3. They were both in the same bin, and I was looking for Legos, and I happened to find these, so that's pretty cool. And then also I got the NES system, the 3 regular controllers, the 1 Advantage controller, the GameCube microphone, the GameCube power cord, the Game Boy printer, the PS1 mini power cord, and the little cover for the NES controller. And then we went to GameStop at the mall. You saw the footage from there. If you couldn't tell, I was kind of playing a joke and asking if they took NES systems. I don't know if the footage is really good on that one or not. But I always go in there and ask if they have like any inserts or manuals or any cases they're getting rid of. They just give them to me for free. So I got a PS2 case with SOCOM US Navy seals. There's no manual, but it does have the insert. And I got a PS3 case with the manual and insert for Ultimate Alliance Marvel. So no games, but you know, it's cool to get the cases and the manuals and stuff for free. Okay, so that is all the stuff that I got from the Goodwills and garage sales and stuff that I've already showed you. So now the stuff you're going to be seeing is stuff that I got from my wanted ad on Craigslist. My ad gets flagged like every half an hour, so it's really rare that someone calls me. But I did get a really good call from a guy, and he met me here in my town, which is pretty cool. So I'm going to show you what I got from him. I paid $60 for everything. So first, I got a Dreamcast. It's just a core system. There's no cords or controllers or anything. And then I also got an NES. It came with an RF cable, but other than that, no power cord, no controllers. I got a Super Nintendo, no cords or controllers. And then with those, I got a bunch of stuff here. Show you the Dreamcast games first. I got Frogger 2, Swampy's Revenge. This is going for about $5 on eBay. I got Sonic Adventure. These are all complete in like mint condition. That one's going for about 10. I got Jet Grind Radio. This one's going for about 10 to 12. And then I got Grandia 2. This is going for about 12 to 18. And this one does have the soundtrack and everything. Those are all like, they're all basically mint condition. They look like they've never been played, which is really cool. And then I also got Mario Paint, Donkey Kong Country 2, and then I got a couple other Super Nintendo games that have already sold. I got Donkey Kong Country 1 and Star Fox. I sold Star Fox for $5, and I sold Donkey Kong on eBay for $9. And then he also threw in some Super Nintendo manuals. I didn't know he was giving me these, but he brought them along. So I got Sim City, Super Scope 6, Final Fight, and this one's pretty cool to get because I have the box and I don't have the game yet, so once I get the game it's basically complete. Star Fox. I sold the game but I kept the manual because the person I sold it to just wanted to play it. They're not a collector, so I figured I could use the manual more than they could. Mario Paint. And then these last two I was really happy to find. Unfortunately, he didn't have the games, just the manuals, but they are Secret of Mana and Final Fantasy II. So those are pretty cool to get, kind of just thrown into the deal. I was already getting an excellent deal on everything, but he just decided to throw those in, which is really awesome. And then I got 4 NES games from him. I got Super Mario Bros. 3. I can sell this for about 5 to 10 on eBay. Tetris. It's not really worth trying to put on eBay. And I got another copy of Mario Bros. And Duck Hunt, which I will just pair with the system. And then the last NES game I got is Gauntlet 2. And it came with the manual and the box, which is in like perfect condition. This is like the best NES game that I have boxed. And it came with the sleeve, of course, and the little styrofoam that goes in the bottom. It's all dismantled because I'm in the process of shipping all my stuff to Florida, because I'm moving there in September. So, as you can see, like, all my games behind me are kind of, they're not up there because they're all packaged up. And then I got some Nintendo 64 stuff, which is really cool. I got WCW versus NWO World Tour. This actually came complete, but the manual and the box are packaged up, so that is complete. That's one for the collection. And then I got another complete copy of Mission Impossible. I already have this game complete, so that one's an extra. And then I got a complete copy of Rampage. It might be missing the manual actually, but the box isn't bad. I do have the game for it, it's just packaged up, so that one's complete. That one's for the collection. And then I got Magical Tetris Challenge. This is complete, but I already have this one complete, so this is also an extra. And then I also got another box Nintendo 64. The other one I have is a longer box, and it came with an extra purple controller. So this one is a variation. So I didn't previously have this one, but I'm trying to sell all. Sorry about that, guys. My camera died. So what I was saying is, I basically got the whole bundle because of the Nintendo 64, because it's kind of worth the 60 bucks right there. So on top of that, I went to a little store, one parking lot over from where I met the guy, a little store called Buybacks, and I got another complete copy of Mission Impossible. So now I have 3 complete copies of this game. This was $1.99 there. And then I also got a copy of Lagoon for the Super Nintendo. That was $5, and I ended up selling that right when I got home in our garage sale for 10. So the same guy that bought Lagoon also bought Final Fantasy Mystic Quest for 5, and that copy of Star Fox that I got for 5. So besides that, my last thing to show you is I'm working on a trade with a neighbor. They want my boxed DS Lite, which I'm asking $70 on, and so far she gave me this. She gave me a PS2 Slim. It came with a see-through blue PS1 controller and both the cords, and there's one game in there, which is The Sims Castaways. On top of that, she's giving me 2 Nintendo 64s with 3 controllers and a little stack of games. She has to find them first because she just moved here. They're in boxes, but she said the only game she knows she has for sure is Banjo-Kazooie. So right there, that's probably worth around 70 to 80 for the stuff she's trading me. So hopefully there's like some rare games in there, like a Conker's Bad Fur Day or something. Hopefully I'll be able to make more than 70 off of it, because it's kind of pointless for me to do a straight across trade if I'm just trying to sell it anyway. So hopefully that works out, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I know there's a lot of footage this time, but I'm kind of over putting out a new pickup video every day or two. So hopefully you guys like a little space in between them, and I'll see you guys next time.